Hi, my name is Charla Marie Bailey, and I'm your host for the SPNN Forum. Today we will be talking to Shay Sandifer and Laverne McCartney Knighton. And we will be talking about the 2024 UNCF Walk for Education Twin Cities. Again, I'm Charla Marie, and I am sitting here with Shay and Laverne. Hello, ladies. How are you?
Hello. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you. I am doing well. I am glad to be here with you all today. And I just wanted to discuss the UNCF Walk for Twin Cities with you guys. But first, can you tell me who you are individually and then how you guys met and decided to do this together?
We're part of a national organization. We're headquartered out of Washington, D.C., and we're celebrating our 80th year as a company and as an entity that serves students and their families who are attending historically black colleges and universities. And UNCF has 37 member HBCUs, and those are the private institutions that support our students. And as you can imagine, most of them are primarily down south. But we're here in Minnesota where we don't have HBCUs, but we have such amazing and wonderful corporate support that allows us to be able to tap into those resources. And those companies and corporations and foundations are able to utilize students who come back to the Twin Cities after they've attended their educational institution and give back to our own community. So we are kind of developing a talent pipeline for the Twin Cities. But I will also add that in addition to supporting students who are going to HBCUs, which for our audience is historically black colleges and universities, we also support students going to all institutions. So it's just not our HBCUs, but there are students who choose to go to predominantly white institutions and or other colleges and universities across the country. So we support students who have those desires too.
Who can receive these scholarships?
Who can?
Yes.
Students of color primarily, but we do have students of all races that are able to apply, but students of color are who we serve and who are our target audience. Students who have a financial need, who have a gap in the income that their parents or they themselves may have not been able to fulfill. So we're supporting those students. And again, students who are entering their first year of college and on through their 4 years and beyond, because we know it doesn't always mean that everybody can finish in 4 years. So we support students beyond those years in whatever efforts it takes for them to get to and through college. So we're supporting them on the front end and we're supporting them on the back end. And on top of that, we give them opportunities to get internship, fellowship, college career coaching, work coaching, success coaching. So we have a plethora of programs that support their ongoing needs and build that total package so that when they come out of college, they're ready. Yes. And they're poised for success. And even when they're in college, giving them those internships and fellowships that will help them build their resume as they continue to grow toward graduation. But our real goal is to really help them get through and graduate successfully.
Yes, oh, beautiful. Yeah. Thank you. I want to ask Shay. Shay, can you tell us a little more about yourself?
Mm-hmm. Shay Sandifer. So I am the CEO and founder of theNEWmpls, Let Go, Let Flow, and Stories Behind the Menu. So we focus on racial health and equity through the lens of fitness, wellness, and nutrition. So create wellness programs for Fortune 500 companies, nonprofits, and then we bring in all of that, make sure those things are equitable, sustainable, and affordable. And so started off, been in business 13 years now as an entrepreneur. And our goal is always to piggyback is education, right? How can people be educated? And then what does that take? So as we see, if you don't have access to fitness, wellness, and nutrition, how can you be well in school? And so that always comes back to that. And so that's our primary focus always. And just love what we do as we've grown, and part of that is the farmers market. So that's the nutrition part. So NEW stands for Nourish, Energy, and Wellness for the new MPLS. Okay. And so part of that is I started a farmers market going on 9 years ago. Something very different. I am not a farmer. But what I realized is a lack of access in a lot of communities. In a time of transition at that time, I was like, wow, I have access to all of these things due to where I grew up and my education. And when I saw the resources that were lacking, I was like, I would like to do something about it, incorporate it. So we are a normal farmers market. We have fitness, wellness, and nutrition is what we add into it. So we have free fitness classes. We subcontract 20 different instructors throughout the season. We have music, nutrition classes, and then education piece. We do our annual back to school drive with the city of Robbinsdale, and then we end the season with the United Negro College Fund annual walk for education.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
It's a lot of work.
I want to go to this farmer's market.
Yes, it is. It is. It is a lot of work, and it's a lot behind the scenes, right? As we know, there's a lot of food deserts in the Twin Cities here, which causes people to not have access to healthy and, as we see right now, affordable food. So that's what the market has, that you could come, have $20 and get a meal. And pretty much if you do it right, you could have enough for the week if you know how to grocery shop at a farmer's market. And so it's really important, as food has so many chemicals in it now. We see that it all starts with your diet and how you're healing yourself from the inside out.
I love that. How did you discover that this is the route that you wanted to go down?
Yeah. How did we do that?
So I worked in corporate for 15 years. So that's my background, marketing and international business. And I went through a bad divorce. So between that and my job at the time, I was like, something's got to give. And they both did. And so it was a healing journey for me. I incorporated all that in my life to heal and to make myself better, and I started a business around it. And so where it is today, I would have never thought. God had a different plan for me. He had a big plan. He had a big plan for me. And I think the blueprint was going back to education, right? Educating myself younger, my parents putting me in great schools, me going to college, traveling the world through education, studying abroad, fellowships. All those things brought me to that moment back in 2012 when I made the big decision, like, okay, this is what I'm gonna do. And took this leap of faith and started off with fitness, then moved into nutrition, and then the wellness, put that together and created 3 businesses from scratch. And so Let Go, Let Flow focused just on wellness. So really about the wellness of Black and brown folks and where we're at, highlighting them, what they're doing in the community and how you can be a part of that. And then Stories Behind the Menu is my dinner book club, which we storytell around 4 chefs a year, and how the only true cuisine in the United States is indigenous. Everything else is brought into enslavement or immigration, so why are we racist? So we take a book or documentary that the chef picks out. The chef has to be of color. We start with Black History Month always, and they storytell over a 5-course meal about how their food has changed America and Minnesota. Started off with it in my home, with just something, a passion that I love to cook, and brought it in, and I love to read. I'm an avid reader, and I wanted people to be educated on that. A few years later, it turned into business with 50 people. We're now at 200, and turned it and made a documentary out of it. And I opened up for the Twin Cities Film Festival last year. Oh, nice. So it has expanded as the business has grown, but I always go back to education. I think that as much as I didn't realize I've never worked in education, that I was an educator in my own way. So
yes.
I love education. Education is freedom.
Yes.
It really is.
It's a true freedom.
Yep.
That's beautiful to educate. You educate yourself on how to take care of yourself.
Yes. So you can be you can't be, good for others if you're not good for yourself, right? You have to heal, and that's why our motto is healing from the inside out. My keynote speaking is healing from the inside out amidst burnout. People are burnt out. They're not mentally well. They're not physically well. So what can we do? And that's what my company does, is make them have access to those opportunities.
I love that. So now we have this collaboration. How did you two meet? Did you know each other and then
She
decide?
actually knew my mom first.
Yeah.
She's known my mom
Yeah.
since like the 90s.
Yeah.
And then about 10 years ago at an event, she was like, "Is your mom so-and-so?" I go, "Yes." She's like, "I know her." And I go, "Oh, okay." And then I went back to my mom. My mom goes, "Oh, yeah, we've been in the same circles for years."
Yeah.
And so I just think, our paths cross at the right time, doing what we both.
Around fitness.
Yeah, around
she was-
fitness. Oh,
it
yeah,
was-
you
it really
did. You
was
said
around
she
fitness.
was one of the first people
Yeah,
that
one
came.
of the
Like,
first
God, that
people
was 10
that
years. Yeah.
joined up for her fitness
Yeah,
class.
she
Oh,
did.
nice.
Yeah, that I used to do.
And then we
with her.
just kind of got to know each other socially, and then when the opportunity came to bring the walk back, UNCF has had a walk here in the Twin Cities years ago, and for whatever reason, it ceased to exist. And probably the last walk, last big walk we had before we re-engaged was in 2008, 2009, and I started with UNCF in 2017, and looked through the history and realized, the walk was always a big deal here, and we always looked forward to it because I was always a participant. So as a national component of what we do, because we sponsor these walks all across the country, and we're just one of 19 this year in other cities. And as a result of knowing that UNCF, that the Twin Cities is a very vibrant and walking city. People love to walk here. We're outdoors people, so walks seem the natural fit. And you have so many national walks that go on, and it was time to really bring it back. And Shay had, been doing the work with the farmers market, and we were looking for a location, and she wanted that collaboration. And I thought, oh, farmers market.
Called me up. I was like, this would be
And
perfect.
it's in Lakeview Terrace
Yeah,
Park, which, the walk route is mapped out throughout the neighborhood.
Right.
So it's a park, but we also, meander through neighborhoods in a mapped out route for a 5K, and it just seemed like the perfect fit for us in 3 years ago when we started this. So we launched it again, we brought it back, and we're growing it. And thanks to the Lakeview Terrace Farmers Market.
And the city of Robbins, yep.
And the city of Robbinsdale.
City of Robbinsdale has been
forget
very,
them.
instrumental of how we can move, because they have to approve everything.
Right.
So council, the city manager, mayor has been amazing there, Bill. They all attend, but they helped. We actually walked it.
Right.
So we walked it to figure out the route.
Right.
So that's how involved they wanted it.
Right.
And so that speaks volumes too, because here we are bringing this into this neighborhood, and they're like, let's do this. And so they look forward to it, and they participate. I think that's the biggest thing, that it's not just for black and brown folks, it's for everyone.
Right.
A walk is for everyone. As we walk for any other organization, we should be doing the same, and we're just raising funds for education. So.
And the mayor's energy and enthusiasm around it, he really was so excited that it was in his city, because it's always been in Minneapolis, the big city. So to have a first-tier suburb really be engaged at this level, he wanted to invite other surrounding cities to the challenge of, join us and see if we can, beat each other in raising funds, because we build teams and participants can walk as individuals, they can walk as a group, they can walk as a team. So people get creative in how they want to do it, and we invite, sororities, fraternities, our church group, our other organizations that have been in existence that are about service to the community. So it really is about family and community coming together for a great cause. Students that are, involved, that are either already attended HBCUs and graduated, or here working as alumni, and so we just invite everybody. And this partnership has really helped us to really elevate it. And we're in year 3, so we want to continue to grow. And it happens, as Shay says, on the last day of the farmers market, which is September 21st.
Hi, I am Charla Marie, and again, I am the host for SPNN, and I am sitting here with Shay Sandifer and Laverne McCartney Knighton, and we are talking about the UNCF Walk for Education here in the Twin Cities, and it will be happening on September 21st of this year, correct? And it will be in the city of Robbinsdale.
Yes.
Yeah.
And all are welcome. All are welcome.
All are welcome.
Yeah, so all are
You
welcome.
just have to register
You just
and
have to
sign
register,
up.
yes.
You can register the day. Registration starts at 8 o'clock that morning. The walk begins at 9. We do a little warm up.
Yeah, I'll
we
be warming
have
you
a little
up.
DJ music, provide a little entertainment so
Yes.
that people can kind of get
Yes.
excited and energized. And rain or shine, we make it work. Yeah.
Because it has like rain.
It has rained
But
on
it
us.
clears up every year and it
Yeah,
gets really
yeah,
warm
yeah.
and everybody comes out. But
Yeah.
it's a great way to end the season as we go into fall. And just on a positive note, I think that's the main message that Laverne and I are coming. We're bringing education, we're bringing community together and doing it for a good cause that can benefit everybody. So that's our end goal.
Yep.
It sounds very exciting.
It
because
is. It is fun. It is fun. We always say it, and we're like, this is fun. Like, yeah, it is. It's a great way. And I think for us, we didn't have that before as a market. It just kind of like, okay, we're done. But I think for me to help plan it over the summer months and then have this end goal and just like, here we are, and then everyone comes together, it means a lot.
Okay. So now the walk is going to happen September 21st in Robbinsdale, and there will be music,
Yep.
and there will be
There's
is it
food.
live music.
Yep. We'll have a
Okay.
DJ. We have a
Okay,
DJ.
nice.
Yep.
Food.
Well, yeah, it's a farmer's
Nice.
market.
That, right. And then you will be also leading some workout classes.
Yep, I
Is that
usually do the
correct?
warm up because
Yeah,
people
the
should
warm-up.
warm up before they just
Yes.
take off.
Yeah.
Because regardless if people think it is 3 miles, and if you haven't worked out or walked like that, because most people are walking at a good pace, you should stretch. So we just do a good warm up.
And they can skate, they can run, they can
Yeah,
bike.
they can do whatever,
So
yeah.
they can do
They can
whatever. They can
skip.
bring their pet. So it's just, come out and do what makes you happy to get your energy level up and to, be fit for the day. Get your day started with us.
Yes.
But
You said it's a 5K.
it's 5K,
so
just under a
3.1.
5K. Yeah.
So 3 miles.
Okay.
Can't beat it. That's
right.
easy.
I would love to do that.
You can join us.
Yes, and I've
Actually,
done walks
it's a
before.
very scenic route too.
Yes,
so
yeah, it's
people really
beautiful,
get to
yeah.
see a part of the city that most
Yeah.
people may not have seen because they're coming from all over the Twin Cities.
Yes.
Yeah.
In the past, we've had them in big regional parks. So, this is just another great way to expose and share that City of Robbinsdale has great health and wellness entities that people can participate in. And if people really don't know where it is, we always say it's right across from the Hy-Vee.
Hy-Vee.
Hy-Vee is
And
sort of the
Hy-Vee is
landmark
always a
there.
partner of ours. Hy-Vee
Yeah,
always is
okay.
a partner
Yeah,
of ours.
yeah.
Yeah, we have
Hy-Vee.
great partnerships
Yeah,
that come
yeah.
in and help. So that's always wonderful.
And
to
our
do.
main sponsor this year is Wells Fargo, in addition to Lakeview Terrace Farmers Market. We appreciate their support. They bring out teams and volunteers, so we're always looking for additional volunteers to help. We need help with registration, with setup, with rallying people along the walk route, so that people can be motivated and not give up. So, all ages, all sizes.
Yes.
That's
We want everyone
wonderful.
there. Yes,
I
correct.
love it. Okay, so you said they can bike.
They can.
If they want
want
to.
to bring a bike.
Yep, people have
Ride their
rollerbladed.
bike. They can rollerblade. I mean, whatever your fitness go-to
Yeah,
is.
some
Yeah.
people run.
We call it bike, run, walk, skate, whatever. People
Okay.
can do that.
For sure.
So it's
All right.
really exciting. Yes.
Yes.
And where would people go to sign up? Is
On our
the
website, right now, uncf.org/walk for education, or uncf.org/Twin Cities Walk. And you'll find the registration site, the donation site. I mean, again, this is a fundraiser. There's a registration fee, and you can build your team, create your own team. There's a QR code that will also allow them to be able to scan that and sign up and get to walking. Come out and have a good time. And we're encouraging our Divine Nine Greek organizations to really come with their team. So the sororities and fraternities really come out
Yeah.
and bring their frat brothers and their sorority sisters, and they compete with each other. So we're encouraging them to do that again this year. You know, we've got 9 organizations here in the Twin Cities that are well represented, and we also have a Minnesota HBCU alumni network that really has helped promote this for us too. So any of those alumni who are here in the Twin Cities that are part of that network, invite other people to come, and they support. And because as quiet as it may be kept, Twin Cities is really, really strong in promoting HBCU
Yes, it's come a long way.
our students in the school. There are several organizations here, and one main one is Progressive Baptist Church.
Yeah.
They host an HBCU college tour every year, and they're
Yes.
in their 20th year, I want to say.
Okay.
That's how my
And
daughter got involved. She went through
and that's such a big deal because that's exposure kids may not have ever had an opportunity to have. And then also Fellowship Missionary Baptist Church sponsors a HBCU college tour in October. And then the Minneapolis, or the Urban League Twin Cities has hosted a college tour. So that is really, you know, growing among entities
Right.
here in the Twin Cities, so that our students really get that exposure in high school. They go on these tours, and then they come back with a, you know, kind of better understanding of what HBCUs provide for them, what that environment can do to nurture their spirits and their souls.
And our history. Our history
Right,
that's
and our
not been
history.
told. So I think when my daughter went, it was right before COVID. And thank goodness she went, because she would have never had the opportunity
Right.
to go, because she
Right.
graduated then,
Right.
you know, a little bit after COVID. But she went when she was 14, and I remember her calling me, and she goes, "I'll definitely be going to a HBCU." Like she's like,
Nice.
yeah, she's like, "I definitely will," and she did. So she
That
goes to Fisk
motivation.
University. So she's right. The impact it has on our youth, just like our history, you know, sometimes gets pushed away, which I love, which the HBCUs and organizations like hers are bringing that to the forefront. Like, okay, this is also what you can do. This is where our ancestors and some great leaders, you know, as we know, someone that's running for presidency went to HBCU, and I did not, but
And neither did I.
and
Neither
so-
did I.
Yeah, but we're all here.
But you know,
But
what we know now, we know they
yeah, we know
really
now.
do provide a great environment,
Education,
a nurturing environment, small settings in most cases. But you know, I also say that it is more critical now than ever
Yes,
for our
agree.
HBCUs to be supported because of the dismantling of DEI initiatives around the country,
Right.
and you know, some of the Supreme Court rulings that have occurred that have really caused our predominantly white institutions to not be obligated or be encouraged to have enrollment of students of color. So what that has done is pushed some of those students to these HBCUs who might not have otherwise been able to get into any other school. So the funding and the need is greater now because
Right.
our HBCUs are becoming more heavily populated.
Yes.
And infrastructure needs support, and that's what our unrestricted money also supports, help those schools in their infrastructure support, help them in creating all of the opportunities that students need in IT support, the teachers and the professors in the classroom. So it really helps them in their maintaining of these institutions, because a lot of them don't have endowment.
Right.
A lot of the major HBCUs get a lot of funding and they get endowments, but smaller HBCUs, and they run the gamut in size,
Right.
don't always get the heavy funding because they're not as well known or well recognized. But this money that we raise for those 37 member schools gets to be allocated in some ways to them throughout the year. So those students who are leaving here going to those schools are well supported because the school is being supported.
Yes.
So, yeah,
Nice. And
definitely want to push that.
Yeah, I wish I had felt that. I wish I had known that information coming up, because I just thought that it was something that I would not be able to do.
Right.
And now it's like, oh no, it's there.
I feel that same
So-
way. I mean, I grew up in a small town in Texas. I didn't have that exposure. My parents were not as well versed in understanding what historically black colleges and universities were capable of. You know, they were listening to the mass voices about, you know, our schools were inferior when they were not. And they weren't encouraging me to go to an HBCU. They wanted me to go to, you know, a larger institution.
Yeah.
And counselors in the schools weren't encouraging that. And we still have that problem today. But, you know, we're really building on that momentum to help counselors know that they need to be promoting these schools to our students as well as they promote other schools.
Right.
And we do that through HBCU college fairs. A lot of organizations here are hosting college fairs in the schools. Minnehaha Academy hosts a college fair. The sorority, the AKA, the Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, have hosted HBCU college fairs in partnership with some of the high schools. And that's those schools in suburbs and other areas of the city where our kids really are there. You know, we may not be in numbers, but it brings them the opportunity to bring these students together. And what happens at those college fairs, the schools from all across the district bring students on buses. It's an amazing opportunity to give students awareness, to create opportunity for them to understand how to, you know, apply for scholarships, what scholarships are available. It's an information fair for them, a one-stop shop that allows them to be able to get the information that they might not otherwise.
Is there any more information that you all, like websites or anything that you all want to give us now so that our viewers can tune in and go to those websites and support?
I will repeat it, that they will go to uncf.org/Walk for Education or uncf.org/Twin Cities Walk to register or to donate, build a team, sign up. And you can register the day of, so if you want to come out, you make a last-minute decision that you want to join, we will welcome you and get you registered and get you ready to walk at 9:00 a.m. on that morning at Lakeview Terrace Farmers Market, and be excited and have a great day.
Yes,
Get
Ms.
your
Shay
day
will be
started.
there to give you guys a
I'm gonna
warm
warm you
up.
up. Yep. Yeah, I'm gonna warm you up.
There will be food, there will be music.
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't say free food, but we do have like
yeah, it's
we
not
have-
free.
Yeah, we have food trucks. We have
There's
a
food trucks.
Yeah,
it's
so-
it's a farmer's market. So
It's a
Yes.
farmer's
we
market.
want you there to, you know, support the vendors on their
Yeah,
last day.
right,
It's
right.
usually their last day, definitely at our market, but throughout the season they might
Right.
have like one more day at another market. So support those local vendors and that fresh fruit and items. This is
Healthy.
this is the best harvest right now.
Yeah.
So this
Yeah.
is a time where you should get your stuff to make your soups, and if you want, cut those things up and store them in your freezer. So if people are thinking, what can I grab? Because it's, you know, I'm not going to eat all this. You can cut up your veggies and store them.
All right.
Freezer. And so then pull them out, just like you buy in the store. That's all they did. So yeah.
Well, thank you so much for being with us
Yes,
today,
thank you.
Shay and
Pleasure.
Laverne. It's a pleasure to have you both
Thank you for
here.
having us.
And thank you for tuning in.